What makes a good kindergartner?
Don't eat bushes.
Learning.
Jaden, take your time, sir.
Gary, don't climb in the fence. Be shining.
Okay, and stood away from Percy as you would too.
I listen.
Slowly, slowly, the snow began to melt. Drip, drip.
What's your favorite thing about kindergarten?
To have some fun. About teaching.
Does yard garden have?
Wise choice. Math.
My garden has seen. My garden. Sensible. All except for Percy, who was, well, not so perfect. Stood away from Percy as you would too. Yeah.
Are they
Stay on the line.
I see it. They put the penguin right there.
Penguin on there as best as you can. And
I'm done with my first. He wants to see this much. Jaden's gotta get started.
yep.
How's that? Okay.
A fly went flying. He was looking for something to eat. A boy went walking. He was looking for something to catch for the amazing pet show. And then they met. Crash! The boy got the fly in a jar.
My name is Buzz, and I will call you Fly Guy. Buzz took Fly Guy to the pet show. They walked over to the judge.
Flies can't be pets. They're pests, said the judge. He's my pet, said Buzz. Fly Guy, do a trick.
The judge was amazed. Then Fly Guy flew high into the sky. And down into his jar.
The fly knows its jar, said the judge. The fly is a pet.
The judge gave out all the medals. Fly Guy got first place.
And that day began a beautiful friendship.
All right, eyes up, I need your focus. My name is Vernon Bishop, and I teach video broadcast and computer graphics and animation. I think students really need to know that the classes I teach are really important because they learn how to tell stories. And in my video class, obviously it's storytelling, and in computer graphics, it's still a lot of storytelling taking place when you design your posters and other projects, and animation obviously is storytelling. So that's the most important piece, and it's fun. That's the best part. Thing I think that makes my classes special is we have a really good facility. We have everything. We've got a beautiful studio with good equipment. We have computers and software. We have everything you could want, and the students have access to all of it, and that makes it incredibly special. It's very unique. Very schools have what we have. My plans for all of my classes is they continue to be successful and award-winning, and my goal ultimately is I'm going to retire at the end of next school year. So I'm graduating with the class of 2020, and that's pretty awesome for me. When I retire from this career, I'm going to restart my career as a professional musician and play a lot more music. I'm going to play as much as possible. I play the bass and trombone. All right, that's the bell. Everyone, get out of here.
The football season is very challenging for the football players, especially the week of a game. So let's take a look at how the football team prepares for a game.
Practice before the week of the game is like basically just getting focused.
The week of a game, we got to get prepared. Take practice light on Mondays. Tuesday and Wednesday we go all out. Thursdays we just walk through like 25%, 50%.
The coaches, we all get together Sunday morning, reviewing what we did and how we're going to come into this week's game plan.
Well, I have a music playlist that I play before every practice and before every game to hype me up.
Music's like our key thing. We either make our own or, you know, we just listen to it in the locker room.
I will listen to Whitney Houston.
What I like to do is watch a lot of tape. And once you learn trends and tendencies, then it can really help defend or attack their weak spots.
I think everybody, when you play sports, has some type of superstition.
My team, I wouldn't say we have any superstitions, but myself, I know I have an Army wristband and this hair tie that before every game I have to wear. My favorite thing about game day is playing the game. I love playing football.
The hype, just getting ready, you know, basically seeing the kids out here, stands are getting full, all those things associated with just good kids doing good things.
At the end of the day, it comes down to like the smile on their faces of us being happy that we won or we scored a touchdown, whatever happened. Like, I think that really makes the game day special.
Hello, today we're going to be going to the studio of where SSC is going to be taking a video of Oak Hill. Let's take a look.
Let's flip the camera to what they're doing. Filming takes a very long time and it's a lot of hard work, but the people from SECC know how to do it.
Now we're gonna interview them.
Okay. Hi, I'm here with Abby, and I want to ask you some questions. So, what made you guys come to Oak Hill?
Well, we've been helping with your SEVA Studio Lab for a while, and we wanted to really get in here and get to know you guys and see what you guys do with your studio.
Okay. And is there any other schools that you've been to that's not just Oak Hill?
Yeah, we've been going all over. We've been all the way down in Galt. We've been over in Elk Grove. We've been in Sacramento. So I think we've been to 8 schools so far.
Well, that sounds nice. How good do you think the videos here in Oak Hill can be?
I like that question because I always love the Oak Hill videos, and I can't have favorites, but I do think that you guys do a really good job making your SEVA entries.
How long have you been doing this?
Well, I've been working with SECC, who put on the SEVAs, for 10 years.
And do you like working with the SECCs?
Yeah, I love what we do. I love coming out to schools and talking to students and helping students make videos.
Well, thank you. And we hope we can see you over there at the SEVA Awards.
Here we see one of SEC's cameramen recording our beloved 6th grade teacher, Miss Phillips.
SECC has done very hard work. Maybe we should appreciate what they have done. So thank you for all the help that you have given us.
Hello, my name is Matthew.
And my name is Morgan.
We're going to be talking about Weave Walk a Mile in Her Shoes. Weave provides a 24/7 response outreach and services for victims of sexual assault.
They are the primary providers of crisis help services for survivors in Sac County.
Today, they provide an array of crisis interventions.
Weave was established in 1975. They started their work in 1978.
I've been a part of the Weave Board of Directors for over 10 years now. I think it's been over 12 years now because we're up for re-election every 3 years, and I think I've done that 4 times. So part of our board service is to communicate to people in the community and to our coworkers and peers about events that Weave throws, and this is a great community event, and so I've been participating from the beginning.
Walk a Mile is a way that I can help people who are in need of help and bring awareness to an issue that I think isn't always covered enough in the media, and so I'm glad that I can be a part of that and make it more prominent out there and hopefully get more people to help.
The Walk a Mile means, to me, it means supporting an organization that is very, very active in supporting women who are having a difficult time in their life, that are scared, in need of help. And when the Walk a Mile came up and we realized that it was raising money for Weave, that we would be able to support these women, I was all for it.
For about 6 years now, but always for a good cause. Last year was the first year I got blisters though. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I have to look forward to blisters every year now.
I found it interesting when my mom and dad were talking about it. It seemed like a fun thing to do and painful.
Weave has an easy escape on their website by pressing the exit button, and it immediately exits Target as a diversion.
Many people go to the Weave Walk a Mile to raise awareness for women.
In 2017, the Walk a Mile in Her Shoes raised $80,000.
More than 800 people participated in 2018.
In 2018, they raised more than $250,000.
Weave and Walk a Mile help a lot of people in 1 year.
We hope that you will join Weave and help others.
I am Sherry Edgar, and I am a physical education teacher as well as a dance teacher. This recital is for my intermediate students and my instructional aides. This recital is really important to me because it honors my students that continue to take classes within the dance arena. The intermediate dance class allows my students to share their personal choreography with their parents, family, friends. There are 16 pieces in this particular recital. All the students choreograph their own dances, so this is a really good way to see students growing as dancers. All of the things that they learn in class, they're able to incorporate that into their choreography, and it really gives them ownership about being able to create and perform their work versus somebody else's. What I've learned the most working with this group of young ladies and gentlemen, that those students that are really committed improve. And they're the students that come in and ask me if I'm available after school. They're the students that when I schedule practices, that they're here every single day working on their dances. I'm hoping that as they develop confidence, that it will allow them to feel comfortable moving into the next role of being an instructional aide, and at some point being in a leadership role as far as dance production is concerned. They would be what I call my student directors, and those are students that take initiative to do a little bit more than other students in class. They would take on responsibilities that come along with doing a recital because of their passion for dance.
There are so many ways that we can stop wasting water. Did you know that most water is wasted outdoors? For instance, redirecting sprinklers can save gallons per day. Even watering early in the morning can save 50 gallons. And indoors, only washing full loads can save 40 gallons. We can save water for our entire city, our entire region, or even our entire state. But it all goes back to you to make a difference. So go change California and be water smart.
Over the summer, our junior volleyball players were hard at work trying to make the varsity team. But even if they didn't make it, they wouldn't have to wait until next season to play.
They have a new rule this year, whereas varsity players that are trying out for varsity, that are 11th grade, their juniors, can now go back down to JV if they don't make varsity. We have about 25 players trying out for varsity. Almost half are juniors. So therefore, if they don't make the varsity team, they can now play with the JV team. It's going to make the JV team stronger for the center, but it's also going to make the JV team stronger for all the other schools. Because now, places where they have a strong JV team already and a strong varsity team, those people they had to cut can now also move down to their JV teams. We're pretty competitive now, but hopefully it's going to bring it to the playoffs. And if that takes it to the playoffs.
Every morning at 8:30 a.m., Miss Jabali comes in to start her workday.
Good morning, Tammy Jabali. Oh yes, I have it right here. I'm Tammy Jabali, and I'm the coordinator of federal and state programs. I'm in the compliance business, so I do behind-the-scenes work to ensure that we're following the federal and state guidelines, meeting stringent requirements, and providing programs that meet the intent of funding, but also meet the needs of our students and families. All money has strings, and the district receives funding to operate, but we have to follow plans. So those plans have to be approved by our school board, and then often by the County Office of Education, and sometimes by the California Department of Education. So often people have great ideas and say, why don't you buy this or pay for that or hire this? And it may sound great, but it needs to be part of a plan, or it has to be an allowable expenditure, or else we can't do it. The best thing about my job is seeing the actual programs in action beyond their written report or their written plans. And really close to my heart is our English Learner Homework Help Club. So I've been able to connect with high school kids, give them jobs, give them work experience, and then elementary kids are getting help after school on their school side. So it's really been a win-win. I have a side business. I sell bags for 31 Gifts, and I have an amazing team of women who sell with me, and I get to manage them and train them and celebrate them, and it really fills my cup and allows me to be creative. That's really my creative outlet. At one point I wanted to return to a school site and go into high school level administration, but I'm challenged in this job and I really am happy doing what I'm doing, and I plan to retire in 9 years, so I think I'm gonna stay here.
You are going to answer the following questions as a group.
My name is Heather Jones, and I am a teacher here at Center High School, and I teach AP Government, AP Economics, Criminal Justice, and U.S. Government. So as far as like talking about government and criminal justice, they help make students more active citizens. The number one goal that I have for my students in those classes is to make them want to be registered voters, to eventually vote, and to affect change in our country.
Whose position swayed you the most to decide what you did?
My future plans and goals for AP Government is AP Government is going through a redesign at the moment, so there's a brand new test that's never been tested before, and so I want to take what we've been trying to do with the redesign and learn from it, and then make lessons that will hopefully make students more successful on the exam, which will help them earn some college credit.
Well, it's called Geometry in Construction, so it's primarily geometry with some algebra involved. Anything that's visual spatial is sure to be in the class. It's very hands-on when they learn, so rather than just paper and pencil, which we do some of, they will also be doing activities where they're going to construct things that they're going to see firsthand how the math applies.
You have to use the concepts that you've learned in the math class to apply to be able to build.
Team leaders are writing down what got accomplished as specifically as you can for what people?
We start off with right now we're building a little scale model of a garage that they're building out of balsa wood. And then there are main projects out of that. We build a sawhorse to start off with. That's where they learn about tools and how to use them. Then we build a doghouse. We build it to residential code, so it's kind of an overbuilt doghouse. And the main project is the playhouses, which that takes us most of the second semester and a little bit more than that.
I like how we get to apply what we learned in the math class to the outside world when we get to build our houses. Yeah, okay.
About geometry instruction, it'll help me in the future because if you could get a job out of it, you could get a construction job.
In terms of getting into the construction class, we are all inclusive. We don't have any restrictions on who can take construction.